Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Will back with another YouTube video. Today we got some interesting news on Google. The ticker for Google is GOOG. If you don't know, you can look up the stock by using the ticker. So, the news article that came out with Google, which is pretty important here, is a $2.7 billion deal with an AI leader named Noam Shazir. I believe that's how you pronounce the name. It's the latest. He is the latest and most wanted by all these companies that are trying to get ahead of this AI industry. This guy is basically almost the founder of AI, I guess you can say. He was talking about it before anybody else was discussing it. He was writing journals and collecting data on AI before anybody was doing this. So this guy is basically like the inventor of AI. He is a co-author within his research papers, and what these research papers did, they sparked the AI boom, which is what we are kind of experiencing, which is what we are experiencing right now. He actually was with Google as one of the first few hundred employees back in the 2000s. And then he left in 2021 to start his own tech company. The reason he left Google was because he approached them with the idea of this chat bot, it was called at the time. We also know this as, ChatGPT, any of the AIs that we use to ask questions and it answers back. He was one of the main founders of this idea, and Google actually refused to put his product out there, so he decided to leave, and after he left, he started his own tech company. Now, so when he did leave, he actually dissed the company by saying Google is overly risk adverse in its approach to AI development, and also, there's a lot of people trying to get interviews with this guy as he now made the approach to accept Google's offer and come back and work for them. Google is declining every journalist, everybody to speak with this guy. It could be, they don't want him to say something that could put somebody else ahead of the game, like Meta or Nvidia. But Google here is taking plans to actually push this AI out further than Nvidia and Meta right now. Especially with one of the main founders of this AI boom, this is great news for Google. Obviously, we have to see how this plays out, with this bad blood, you can say here. Is he going to continue working for them and helping them out? Or is he kind of going to go back off on his deal and diss him again? We aren't really too sure. I'm not sure of this guy as a person, but, just for Google to decline, journalism and interviews with this guy, it's a little sus in my opinion. So, we have to see, they're probably, the journalists would probably try and trick him with questions, etc. Maybe try and diss the company again. Without him actually saying anything. But now it's all coming down to who can, utilize AI the best, who can put out the most AI products during this quote-unquote AI boom that we're experiencing, right? We had the internet revolution, and now we're having the AI revolution, you can call it. Who's going to win this race? Nvidia's way ahead right now. Meta is probably second, and then Google is probably in third, fourth, or fifth, somewhere around there. There are companies that are pretty even, but Nvidia is definitely far, far off in this race. But with this right here, this can definitely put Google back up on the maps. This news is fluctuating very, very fast. It happened about an hour ago. So there's still news articles coming out on it, so I am covering it very early. But I did want to talk about Google because this is a stock that I've been DCAing into since March 2024. I was DCAing in this 150 area right here. I didn't sell at this 190 because that's not the peak for Google in my opinion. Google's never going Look, Google's going to stay here forever. It's never going anywhere. Nobody's going to replace it. Google is the #1 search engine. It's not going to be replaced. This is a stock that you can hold for 20, 30 years in your retirement accounts. This stock is not going away. So, we had the August 5th crash, if you remember that. That was when NASDAQ sold off, I think, 1,200 points in one day. Since then, most stocks have boomed back up 10, 15, 20, 30%. Google still has yet to recover from this August 5th crash here. Now, this is a good buying opportunity. If you're looking for a stock to get into in this bull run that we are obviously continue pushing all-time highs, this is a stock that you can easily get into and not have the risk to reward ratio here is great because Google's not going anywhere. There's a lot of support bands here with Google, and it's just nonstop flowing up. Yeah, obviously you get those consolidation, those sell-off periods, but Google right now is in a perfect area to start dollar cost averaging in. You can start dollar cost averaging in this 165 area. I think this is great. But anywhere in this 147 up to this 160 area, great area to start DCAing. Even now is a good area to start DCAing if you haven't gotten into a stock and you're looking to get into one. Google is a perfect area to start buying. My price prediction for Google is a come up to this all-time high by the end of the year. I'm looking at this 192 area, and I do want to see it push up even higher coming years on. This is a stock that I will not be selling minimum for 5 years, I assume. Minimum. After this, sorry for the yawn, I'm very tired, guys. But after we figure out where this AI industry is going to head, if Google can secure, a solid lead on third or second or even first place, very, very bullish news for Google. We have to see where this takes us. The news came out an hour ago. And Google's actually getting pretty volatile here, as we can see. So we have to see how this news is going to play out. But this is pretty bullish news, in my opinion, when you grab one of the leading AI employees out there. And AI employees are very, like the good ones, or the top percent people. There are not a lot of good AI employees out there. So when you do find a great one, that's why you pay him $2.7 billion. It's just not like, electricians, right? There's so many good electricians out there, and then there's so many decent electricians out there. AI, there's very, very, very few leading AI employees, and then there's decent AI employees. And there's not even that many either. If you really think about it, because it is fairly a new industry. So we're going to see this industry just keep on picking up. Eventually, probably, I'm going to assume AI is going to be its own sector. It's already its own sector in crypto. Stocks will probably have an AI sector soon, maybe in the next year or two. But this sector is not going away. It's only speeding up. And yeah, that's basically my outlook on Google. Start DCAing into this. Dollar cost averaging means you buy every single day. $5, $2, $3, $10. Start DCAing into Google. Let's talk about... I'm tired, guys. Let's talk about NQ. Alright. Let's talk about NQ. Very, very choppy towards the end of the day. Wow. Very, very choppy here. We actually did come and sweep these lows, which is what I was expecting, but let's talk about it here. Okay. So, I did pretty good today. I went short here, right up here, right up here, and I was looking for a TP on pre-market lows. It didn't hit at all. I was looking for a quick trade, get in and out, call it a day. I got stopped out for a loss of like 5 points maybe. And then NQ just, like, after we hit this area, NQ just straight up ripped up. Like, anybody who was shorting this shit, they got smoked. So what do you do, guys? You follow the trend here. I went long through this fair value gap here. Somewhere around here. And then we went to go contest these highs over here. And I think I TP'd out plus 30, maybe. You know, tiny win. You know, it was a decent win. I went on NQ, so I didn't trade MNQ, so it was a bigger win for the points. We already pushed up, you know, 100 points. I didn't see how much higher we're going to go. We have Powell speaking tomorrow, too. We had no news today. So we didn't really, you know, there wasn't really going to be a lot of big moves. But if you did catch this sell-off here, if you did catch a short up here, you know, and you swept this news low, it's another 100 points. But, you know, today was a kind of consolidating day today. I mean, there's a lot of big wicks going on, a lot of big moves, but it's not really leading to one direction. It's consolidating in this, you know, we pop up over here and then it's consolidating in this 21.6 and this 138 area here. But there's a lot of big wicks here too. And this is the 1 minute. If we go out here to the 5 minute, you know, we pop up here. This is the moon. And then, you know, we kind of just chop around. You know, we do sweep this low right here. So that was a good, if you got in up here and then TP'd out over here, that was great execution. But other than that, I mean, not a lot of big moves. And who else is buying, you know, who else is going long right off rip over here? Nobody. You got to wait for an entry. You can't chase these candles here. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people took these longs here and we're looking for bigger pushes up on the 1 hour to clear this high right here, this 23.17. I would have loved to seen this get cleared out. I would have held one contract, but I just decided to get out both. Good thing I did because I would have been stopped out. So yeah, not really a lot of big moves for NQ or ES, which is S&P 500. But we do have Powell speaking tomorrow. Most likely he's going to be talking about rate cuts and how they are affecting the market. And then Friday we do get PCE, which is Price Consumer Expenditure, I believe. Which is just another way of correlating, you know, what consumers are spending at this time during this economy. So we're going to get some results from there. And then I guess, you know, we're just going to wait for the next rate cuts because they're probably going to come. And then we just go from there. But other than that, I mean, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Wednesday. Later, guys.